Oh, me hearties! A very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue, and I thought I'll pop up and say hi and just see who's about. Lovely to have you with us, and a very, very warm welcome to our live stream for this Thursday evening. Nothing gets past me, you know. I can tell you that. The time is 13 minutes past 9 o'clock in the evening UK time. That's British summertime. Dinky-Doo, hello Newman. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, Dinky-Doo, Jack, excellent stuff. So glad you could all join us. This is tremendous. Hi, Scotty lad. Hope you're well. Hello, Tukla. Dinky-Doo. Shua says, hello, Scotty, because we're actually also streaming on the YouTube channel. Do tell us where you're watching from, guys, if you're coming on. Good evening again. Hello, hey, how? Excellent stuff. And lovely to have you with us, pardon me. So there you go. A lot of talking. I've uploaded quite a lot of beautiful TikTok videos for you. So get enjoying them. Hi, Free Dundee, says Andrew. Andrew Dinky-Doo from Chester. Well, hey, how? I told you how much I love Chester. What a wonderful city. But I did get a taxi one night and ended up in Chichester because it was just so cold. I saw you reading the news in Grampian in the 80s on YouTube, Scotty. That's right. Amazing. Almost 40 years ago. Cambuslang calling. Hi to my friend Alison. Yes, indeed. It's Logan here from Greenock. Greenock or Greenock. Somebody tried. I'm actually from Greenock. And somebody tried to correct me and said, oh, Greenock. From Lancashire. Hello, Stormy. Scotty, it's me. It's Darcy. Hello, Darcy. Thank you very much. Boucher, says the Big Rab Show. Are the phones on? They will be, Francis. Yes, not yet, because we need to get our introduction and see what's happening and who's out there. Dinky-Doo from Roy, the baker from Edinburgh. Roy, Dinky-Doo, have you been at the McCLUE's Pies today? Yes, indeed. All right, Scotty, it's me, Peter. Hello, Peter from Greenock, or Greenock. Phone, says Moo. Hi, Scotty. Phone. Hi, Scotty. Good evening from Belfast. Hello, Mr. Seek from Belfast. How lovely to have you with us from Belfast. Now, while I've got you all there, would you all like to go up to the top? Is it the top left and click a plus sign? And that means you're following me. Dinky-Doo from Arbroath. Hi, free Arbroath, the home of the Smokies. Last time you wore a kilt, did I? That was just yesterday. The last time. R.I.P. Tina Turner. Angela, absolutely outstanding singer. Wonderful stuff, I'll tell you. Chris is watching from Fife. Watching in South Wales, Scotty, says sure. Hi, Scotty from Leicester, says the wonderful Peter. Peter, how lovely to have you with us from Leicester. Can everybody subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow me on the TikTok? Wemsby or Bombay on a Friday night, Scotty? Some of these people didn't know if they were in Wemsby or Bombay. Up the Royal Artillery from Belfast. Yes, indeed. Can you shout my friend Jude out? He's in a bad place at the moment. Riley, he suddenly just got in a much better place watching Scottie McClue live on TikTok and YouTube just for you. Hi, Blood. Hello, Blood. Dinky-Doo. Up the area, says Simi. Yes, indeed, Simi. Dinky-Doo from Maryhill, Scotty. Joe, my heart. Maryhill, there's my heart, I'll tell you. Shakespeare Street. Wonderful stuff. The Maryhill Road. Garioch Road. Fantastic. Shuna Street. You know Shuna Street? Open Drive. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Scotty. You saved him, says Riley. No problem, Riley. Come and join us, folks. Tell 10 to tell 10. Can everybody start tap, tap, tappity, tap on the likes? See how many likes we can get tonight while we are up here. Get following, guys, as soon as you can. Just still have a Scott FM lovable lassie, Scotty. I've been in touch with a lovable lassie. I haven't spoken to her for some time, but we kept in touch for, oh gosh, guys, it's getting on for 29 years since I came to Scott FM. 29 9 years. I kid you not. I've just had a beautiful gift, a heart. I'll tell you what we've done. We've put up here, now this is an experiment, guys. Don't feel you have to give anything. This is the most expensive I could find, and I've only asked for a maximum of 5. And if we get 1, we're doing very well. So if anybody's feeling very, very flush, have a look at that one there and have a think if you're up to it or not. But please do not unless you're feeling flush. All right. Victory to the Royal Artillery all the time. So there we are. Fantastic stuff. Always victory to the Royal Artillery. There we go. Right. That's fantastic. Now then, a question for you. What's your opinion on the Police Scotland in Inverclyde? Marvellous, doing their duty. I'll tell you what I think, guys. I don't know if anybody's ever come across any of these videos by so-called auditors. They're running a script. So the police come up, they see somebody outside a police station filming on their phone. They come out, can I ask what you're doing? Yeah, just filming. Yeah, but can I ask why? Yeah, yes, yeah. Could you ID yourself, please? No, I don't have to. By law, I don't have to. And, well, I'm going to have to take you. Well, what crime have I committed? And they go down this line of cheeking up to the police. Now, I've got the answer. These people are a disgrace to this country. And I've got the answer for this. Take the phone away, right away. Off goes the camera. No more videos of the police being cheeked up to, because we pay a fortune for the police. And we police by consent in this country, and some wee toe rag cheeking up to them and saying that they know the law better than the police. Sorry, not happening. These days, I'll tell you guys, when I was young, these auditors would have been put in the back of a van and birched for no reason other than the fact they were cheeking up, and the police need to reclaim that land. That's what I say. Now, you can tell us what you think. So the police are outstanding in Inverclyde, as they are in so many places. Of course, there are difficulties. Yes, I mean, we've got the chief constable who is resigning, and he's just about to leave that. And he was saying today how there are problems, but there are problems in any big organization. And I can go back to when you had the local police force. So when I was young, there was Greenock Police. And then they, for some reason, united and became Renfrew and Bute, I think it was, or Renfrewshire Constabulary. Can't remember the exact. And then you had Argyll County Police, you know, and you had all the local police forces, you know, incredible stuff. Dumbarton, Paisley, all these different, and then you had Strathclyde, and they put them together with Strathclyde. And I think Strathclyde was very successful for policing. It was very successful for education, you know, centralizing to that extent. But then they just had the one massive police force called Police Scotland. And Scotland's a very, very diverse place. Yes, I get the auditing problem with online videos. It's just stupid looking for an argument. An F document, if you watch more than one of them, and they'd make you sick, these videos, but if you watch more than one of them, then you'll see that these people are running a script, and they're running a script internationally. I've got these videos coming at me from America now, and they're a disgrace. And, you know, it's not good. It gets the crims thinking, he, quite right, bud, he. No, get these auditors away. Absolutely out. Step one, change the law if you have to, but step one, the police are in charge. They are our representatives. And I get that if the guy's not committing a crime by filming, but what's he doing? Filming a police station, round the back door, in the windies, wee bit creepy, coming out with very, very poor arguments like, oh, I didn't see the signs. And this obtuse act, oh no, what do you mean? Sorry, I don't understand what you mean. He, not likely. No, not happening. All that auditor stuff needs to stop and stop soon. Change the law. Get it brought up in the House of Commons. Nobody cheeks up to His Majesty's Police Force. All right. Question for you, if possible. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, an alien peace sign. I love that. Who have we got here? Hello, Scott. It's been a while, says Bayern München. Ja, ja. Nicht Deutsch sprechen. Ich bin ein Ausländer. Nicht verstehen. Bayern München. Miss the old days when you're on Scott FM. I used to repair the copier in there and catch you live in your show. Peter, I remember you. How lovely. So there we are, Dinky-Doo. What else have we got? Matt, thank you very much. So there you go. I say to you, Matt Murdoch, the idea that these auditors know the law and they can't get done. Oh, we need to make sure they get done. And they get done for cheeking up, right? Not for the fact they're filming in public, where they're filming. Hostile reconnaissance, I would call that. Yes, indeed. We don't know who these guys are. We don't know who's running them. We don't know who's behind them. They're all running the same script, and they've learned the script. So there you are. And when you say, could you move back, please? No, I'm okay here. And no. Move back. I see all this. Don't touch me, bro. Don't touch me. Yes, you get the arm right up the back, boys, and into the back of the Black Mariah. That's what I say. There we are. Jerry, the #1 van driver, Scotland and the West. Hi, Scotty Dinky-Doo. Jerry Thompson, what a top man you are. I send you regards. Fantastic. Now, hello, everybody. Hello, Scotty, says William Dinky-Doo. Right, we're getting behind with the old announcements here, guys. Now, up there, I've got a goal. Read it very carefully because I've picked the most expensive I could find. The minimum I could get was 5, right? Even if we got 1 at somebody's convenience. But check it out. Yes, indeed. And then we'll go back to Red Roses. Cool, Scotty. Dinky-Doo, Jerry. Fantastic. Hi, Chris, says Susan. Do they still have the Highland Games up there? Is it watch? Oh, hey, how? If you're doing a Highland Games, you'd be lucky to get a ticket, I say. Guys, can we share the YouTube as much as possible? I think I can actually share it here. Let me share it on Facebook and just let everybody know that we're live and say user has opted out, so we can't do that. Okay, that's absolutely fine. I get you. I see where you're coming from. I see what you just did there. Thank you very much. So who should we tell? Let's tell everybody on LinkedIn. We could do that. Wait a minute. What else have we got here, guys? I've got everything here. This is incredible. But we'll tell them on LinkedIn. Yes, we'll just say that we're live now. Now, am I disappearing from the live on the YouTube when this is happening? Share in a post, and we'll just put live now. Okay? Live now. And we'll put on their YouTube. That's lovely. Good. Live now, YouTube, and I'll post it. Okay, that's fantastic. And then that should come back now. I can see that sitting there. That looks absolutely fabulous. And away that goes. And we're back to our YouTube. Is that right, guys? Have I done that right? So there we have it. How do I get back to the YouTube? Does it go back automatically? There we are. Right, that's that. That's fantastic. And then I can close that. Now, did I disappear on YouTube? Can you tell me, please? Peter says, only been catching you lately, Scotty. Loving these videos and live shows. Would love to hear you back on the radio. Is there any plans? Sorry, I'm sure others have probably asked this already. Peter, yes, I do get asked all the time. The problem we've got with radio now, they've still got quite a healthy audience for the music, but it's mainly jukebox style. Very, very, very few people do a talk show, because there's very few people can actually do a talk show. There's lots of people trying it, but they're not really getting the big numbers. They're not getting the 250,000 per half hour on a local station. Nice Glengarry, Scotty. Thank you, Jamie and Dinky-Doo. I'm wearing it properly, as you will see. A wee turn to the side and slightly forward. Fantastic. You've got to love Scotty. It looks good, Scotty. Much love to you. Dinky-Doo Nooney. There we have it. Now, it's out on the road. That's £70, mate. What is it, £70 for one, Declan? Right. I don't know if anybody watching's flush enough to give me £70, but it would be very interesting if anybody was feeling in that mode. So there were guys. This goal that I've put up here, I've just found out if Declan's calculations are right. One of these is 70 quid. So you need to have a serious thought. Is Scottie McClue worth a donation of 70 quid to build up his show? Absolutely. David, no, you didn't disappear. I didn't disappear, David. That's good, because I was sharing it with the linked inners. Ulster is free and forever will be. Ulster is free and forever will be. Of course, Ulster's been free for thousands of years. Do you know what I'm saying to you? I mean, Ulster covers not just Northern Ireland. I think it's 9 counties and a kingdom. Is that correct? So there we are. So, guys, I'll understand if nobody gives me £70. That's a big ask. But we'll leave it up there out of interest. You know what I mean? Somebody who could well do without £70 might come along and say, you have that, Scotty, because we like your show. So there you go. But I've only done 5 because that's the smallest number I could get. And I'd be very, very chuffed if we got 1. So there you have it. Cheers, Scotty. All the best, mate. Absolutely. But remember, nobody's ever obliged to give McClue anything. This is always free at the point of delivery, because I love the concept that we all hook up. Do you know what I mean? That's what I think about it. Now then, follow us, guys, as soon as you can. If you can't afford £70 for one of them, follow me at least. That would be a lovely thing to do. That's free. And also, you can subscribe on the YouTube. That's free. And we like free things. Hi, Scotty. All the best. Thanks, Peter. Much appreciated. I say to you. Hi, Scotty. Dinky-Doo from David. We got David. And much love to you guys. Guys, this is wonderful. Thank you for coming and joining us. If everybody can get up to the top left on the TikTok, I think you click the plus and follow me. If you're wanting to check out the YouTube channel, what to do is go to the bio and you'll see the link. Click on that. Check out the YouTube channel, subscribe, and pop back. Let me know when you've done it, though. That's the most important thing. Always fess up. Say, Scotty, I've just subscribed to you on YouTube. Dinky-Doo, it's free, by the way. Free subscriptions. Yes, absolutely. Guys, I've got 1,500 likes. Thank you to all of you who are busy tapping on your phone as we talk. If everybody does that, let's see if we can get ourselves a couple of thousand. That would be amazing. So there you go. I tell you. Now, lots and lots to discuss. We've been discussing these auditors you see popping up, so-called auditors. And it's just a guy running a script and cheeking up to our police force. Now, I know, people have got mixed feelings about the police, and I know there's been 1 or 2 bad apples in the barrel, and that things are not always running smoothly for the police, but they do a fabulous job with the resources they've got. And as for cheeking up to them, you obviously get the wee Neds going, get one, mate, get one, you tell them. But in actual fact, I think we should bring back the birch. That's the one for these people. We need Sir Percy Sillitoe back running the police force. Percy Sillitoe, check Percy out. He put a stop to gang warfare in Glasgow after he'd put a stop to it in Sheffield in the 1930s. Woo! He was a hard man, Percy Sillitoe. So there we go. Aha! The police are corrupt. No, Declan, there are one or two bad apples in the barrel. Not the police are corrupt. They are not. So you can't say rubbish like that. Do you know what I mean? I love this one. Hi, Scotty, says Docs. Hi, Docs. Dinky-Doo. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Isn't that gorgeous? That means some wee Ned's been sent doing the swanny. We love it. I'm just going to give you a tiny wee bit more Glengarry on the YouTube channel. Wonderful. Lovely to have everybody with us. What are we all saying over here? Let's get a look. Let's get a wee look here. Now then, do you know what I saw yesterday I thought was quite interesting? Instructions on what you can and can't do about butchering an animal, a dead animal, that you don't actually own. This is some ancient law, and it gave rise to a saying. Does anybody know what the saying was? People who had butchered an animal that they'd obviously poached or something like that. What would the saying be? Do tell us. Half of the so-called Republicans are in cahoots with, and he mentions a unit of the establishment. That's a great way to achieve your goals. Well, BD, there you have it. I'd say, yeah, don't video the police because you know what they're up to. No, Dimitri, they're up to a lot of good. We must have law and order or the whole society breaks down. So there we are. Dinky-Doo. Scotty, are you down with the kids? Oh, I am slay. I've had a glow up. So there, lol. Can you please give your opinions on Aberdeen? Oh, no, we don't give opinions. Sorry, on Eden. No, we don't give opinions on individuals. So the audits, yes, absolutely. Right, well, we'll not mention any particular one, guys. So there we go. My son's a policeman. He hates the law and wishes anarchy. Oh, yes. Well, we all have these moments, don't we? My dad was in the Gordon Highlanders, Scotty, at Bridge of Dawn, Aberdeen. The Cheesy Gordons, a wonderful regiment. We miss the Scottish regiments. That was another wee thing that the British Army did. And I thought that was a bit of a slap in the face to the people that had served them so superbly for hundreds of years. Frankie has just joined us. Dinky-Doo. So there we go. Now, happy birthday, Scotty. Happy, well, it's not my birthday, but if it's yours, happy birthday to you. Can you cartwheel? Oh, boy, can I cartwheel. There we are. Who have we got here? There's Ryan wanting his name shouted out. Hello, Ryan. Get rid of the monarchy, they do nothing. From Alan now. Heary Geary, you obviously are completely 100% clueless about the monarchy. The monarchy originated in Ireland, the old Celtic kings, and very much Catholic, of course, once that came into. You see, 2,347 years ago from Ireland. So what you're doing here, Gary, is knocking your own people when you're cheeking up about the monarchy. Tut, tut, tutty, tut, I say to you. There we go. Hi, everybody. Sunny day in Fife. Lovely, lovely. We love it. This is Elkin. So you'd never want rid of the monarchy because when you say they do nothing, they are the curators and custodians of the crown. The crown is our symbol of authority. Wakey, wakey, sleepy boy. There we are. Quite right, Scotty. You're speaking sense. Of course, bang, bang. Absolutely. That we love the royal family. We do indeed. Some police think they are something else. Some of them are something else. Hi, it's Jack from the Langtoon. Well, with the auditing being said, they're also wasting a lot of police time. Right. Here's what we do. Here's the rules I've got to so far, guys, from what I've seen. 1, change the law. The cameras go off as soon as the police arrive. Right? The police do not hold a conversation with somebody who's holding a camera. Rule number 1. Okay? Rule number 2, if they think it's hostile reconnaissance, say it's round the back of a police station, they've been looking in police vehicles, all that stuff, straight into the back of the van, yeah, and a serious word about what they're at. Register all these auditors, so it's illegal to be going around filming police stations if you're not on the register of auditors. If they're genuinely journalists, as some of them say, they are high private journalists doing a story of public interest, you say, right, can I see your journalist card, please? Yeah. Can we see, do you work for yourself or who else do you work for? Any journalist would ID themselves right away. And I know this because I've been press. Yes. I wasn't necessarily your mainstream journalist, but I did write for the newspapers. And I've also worked in newsrooms and television and radio. And I would identify myself. The police said, excuse me, can I ask who you are? You can indeed. Scottie McClue from such and such a television station. Oh, yes, of course. Thanks very much, Scottie. It is yourself. I realise that. And I'll just check your card. Yeah, that's fine. Super. Thank you. There'd be none of all this. No, don't have to. Don't, that's just unprofessional. So that's what we do. Then into the cop shop. No question of claiming or anything like that, claiming for infringement of rights. None of that nonsense at all. Once the police are satisfied that you're not up to anything harmful or hostile to the state, they can let you go. End of incident. No claiming, no nonsense, no cheeking up. Okay? Then you can get your camera or your phone, or your videoing glasses. So I'd say to the police, watch out to see if any of these so-called auditors are wearing glasses, because they might have a camera hidden in the glasses. So check them out, big style. So there you are. That's what I would say to that mob. Fit like Scottish lad, fo's your do's. Faz happening. Farry fay. Scotty, what's your thoughts on Stirling Ross? I set up your radio station, Central FM, 34 years ago. Coming up for 34 years, 33 years ago. 33 years ago, we went on air 30 years ago in about 4 weeks' time. Isn't that beautiful? On air and successful to this day. And it was called Centre Sound. It's now Central FM. And I set it up for the man. Yes, I was charged with all that. Love Stirling. What language is that? That's Scottish. Scotty me hearty. Rocco. I found in my family tree my ancestor was Robert the Bruce. Joe, you and I are related. One of my family married a Bruce all these years ago. Alan says, you're living in the past. The police are full of beasts. No, not full of beasts. You'll get the odd one that slipped through the net. Alan, you're living in cuckoo land. And I've watched your stuff. You're a wee bit argy-bargy with me for no reason. So I'm just wondering how genuine you actually are, Alan. Or if you're a wee plant, seeing if you can just niddle and niggle away there. Needle away. So there you go. No, you're 100% wrong as usual, Alan. There we go. Every point you've made has been 100% wrong. Please put the phones on, Mr. McClue. I will, Francis. TikTok, says Karen. TikTok, Karen. Scotty me hearty. So there we go. Have you thought of doing a podcast? Now, how everybody asks me that. What's the difference in doing a podcast to what we're doing now? I ask you. So there we are. I wasn't close to my father when he died, which was lucky because he stepped on a landmine. Oh, Jamie! Oh, you poor boy! I see what you did there. You're looking rather ravishing today, Scotty. I think. Oh, you're very kind. Now, what do we got here? Thank you for your service, Dinky-Doo, Scotty McClue. I must deliver justice. You did your hat, made in Stewarton. Is that right? The bonnet tune. Do they make the Glengarrys? Now, guys, help me out here. There's another one very similar to what I'm wearing, but it doesn't have the checks. It's just plain. Is that still a Glengarry? And then the other ones they used to wear was the Balmoral, the big Tammy with the Touré. Scotty, Gotham needs me. You haven't heard the last of me, Batman. Oh, I think we have, Joker. Yes, indeed. Love your hat. Hello, how are you, pal? Nice weather. Phone! The phone! The Black Watch. Absolutely, Mason. And you're a Mackenzie. You're a Mackenzie Mason. And the Highland Light Infantry based in the Maryhill Barracks used to wear the Mackenzie tartan. I actually had a Mackenzie kilt for a while. How amazing is that? Now, what have we got here? Fed like Scotty Dinky-Doo from Gotham. Thoughts on Diana? Bless her, I say. She was a remarkable girl. There we have it, Dinky-Doo. What's your views on LES, the low emissions zone in Glasgow? Well, Jerry, when I saw it, I thought two things. One, if my vehicle is not suitable, then I shall not go into the town. And you may find that your LES destroys a lot of the town centre because people will just not go in. They'll go to out-of-town shopping malls. However, I also thought to myself, are they banning the buses from the city centre, from the LES zone? Because they surely are the biggest polluters. However, I got a very pleasant surprise because if you put your car into the... there's a thing you can check if your car's suitable, and it came back saying you can take your car anywhere in the LES you want. And I thought that was rather nice. My mate had to go and buy a van, £23,000, so he can go into Glasgow Central. He's a heating engineer. Jerry, that's ridiculous, isn't it? Ridiculous. That money should be coming from the government to say, if you need to buy another vehicle, apply for government finance. Yes, business will be affected by people not using new vans. Absolutely. So I think you'll find that there will be a deterioration. Although having said that, they've pedestrianised so much of Glasgow. I mean, you could actually drive up and down Buchanan Street and along Gordon Street and all that. That's all pretty well pedestrianised now. And Exchange Square and along to Ingram Street there, all that sort of stuff. And it's very pleasant to walk about, you know, very pleasant. So we've got that, I think, to yourself. So there we go, Jerry. You and I are singing from the same sang sheet. Talking of sangs, guys, I've done you a wee sang video, a wee tune for you. It's obviously I'm not the finest singer in the world, but it will let you know I've done it. So there are, yes, you can drive in there before 10 a.m. Now, what is that, anybody, Jerry, or what's the setup there? Tell me more. When it came back and said you can take your vehicle anywhere, can I take it at any time of the day or night into Glasgow City Centre? That's what I'm asking, you see. And no delivery drivers. Delivery drivers, yes, so the Info 10. Well, I can remember I drove the baker's van as a student. Drove the baker's van. Used to put the old trays on the head with the rolls and the pies. And quite interesting. There was all sorts of things on the round, you know. I remember a big Alsatian sat down right in front of me. And I thought, oh, come on, dog, move. And he just sat staring at me. And I tooted the horn. No, he wasn't going anywhere. And then out came his boss. Well, the dog was the boss. Out came the person that the dog ordered about. And he said, how are you doing? I said, yeah, I just wondered if we could move the dog. He went, you'll not move. You'll need to give him a pie. And of course, he flung the Alsatian a pie. And away he went, thank you very much. Because he'd obviously been used to this. Anyway, I drove the baker's van and went down a very, very narrow lane right in the city centre. In fact, I think it was off Gordon Street or something. Anyway, I eventually got myself out, and then a big articulated lorry stopped, and out jumped a wee guy, in those days in a brown lab coat. And he said to me, excuse me, mate, can you tell me which one is whatever it was, Renfield Street or something? I said, well, now, wait a minute. It's either the first one or the second one. He went, could you be sure, mate? It takes me about 3 miles to get this thing turned. So you got to meet the drivers. Great Scotty, a pie, a killie pie. Oh, absolutely. Or a McCLUE's pie, Jerry. You know, a vegetarian lattice slice and a rich chicken sauce. Scotty, how are you doing? It's Tom from Belfast. We're back again. Dinky-Doo. We're just discussing. Tom, have you got the city centre in Belfast? Is it going in for one of these LEZs? Guys, can everyone watching me on the TikTok please follow me right now? Let's have a huge, massive follow. Everybody slide a finger up to the top left, and there's a wee plus sign. And I think after 40 years of public service, you could give me a wee tap on that. That would be a terrific help. Also, watch every single TikTok video and share every TikTok video. Now, I mean everyone, not just the top dozen or so. You know, get right down and get a good look at them. There's lots of stuff made with love for you. And tell everybody about the YouTube channel, guys. Follow us as soon as you can. Now, tonight we're discussing these auditors. How do you do, good sir, Mr. McClue? Hello, Ben. What do you think of the pedestrianisation of Norwich City Centre? Well, look, I haven't actually been into Norwich City Centre and looked at the pedestrianisation, but I do feel that the pedestrianisation of most cities, I saw it happen in Carlisle. When I worked in Carlisle, you know, they pedestrianised the city. The only problem is all British cities have felt the draft of the last 13 years of government. You know, it's as if they've decided to just destroy Britain. Crazy. And this is why there's a push for Scottish independence. But if I was the First Minister, fat chance, but if I was the First Minister, I think I would negotiate with Westminster and say, look, we won't push for independence if you let us keep every penny of our own money to pay for the Scottish people. Yes? So you can't have the same debate in TikTok as you can on the radio. No, Roy, but we've got the phones. You can phone me and we can have a debate. You know, you can do that. I've got the phone number right here. Scotty, I've just subscribed to you on YouTube. Aaron, what a lovely, lovely human thing to do. Guys, if you go on to the YouTube, it's just Scotty McClue Talk Show. If you look that up, I took down the voice of the world until we've got 1 million followers and subscribers. 1 million we're after. But that's very kind of you, Aaron. And everyone helps. So get subscribing, guys. Click the subscribe button if you're on the YouTube. I know it's a big ask. Now, I had 1,500 likes the last time I looked. I asked you very kindly if you would all be so good as to go tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap on your phones and see if we could get it up to 2,000 likes. It's now sitting at 6,500 likes. I'm going to take this phone call and see who we've got here. Hello, you're live on Scotty's Phone In. Who's that? Dinky-Doo? Hello? 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 Who's that? You're coming across as very, very distant. Hello? We can't actually hear you. So there we go. There was a bit of interference there, I think. You know, sounded might just have been a bit of back chat. So there we go. So, Scotty, I've just subscribed. Absolutely fit like pow. You're live with Scotty's Phone In. Who's that?
Hi, Scotty. It's me, Peter. Peter from Greenock.
Peter from Greenock, son. How are you? He's obviously in a wee bit of trouble. Maybe he's stood on something. Biomass energy, how do you feel? Matthew, I love the biomass, but it's using up a lot of carbon. Hello, you're live with Scottish Phone In. Who's that?
It's Steve from Tom, back with you, Scotty.
Tom, how lovely to hear you. We couldn't hear that last poor soul. It sounded like interference or a bit of back chat.
I heard it on the stream there, Scotty. That wasn't me,
No, of course it wasn't you, sir. It's lovely to hear you. How's things in Belfast?
Doing the best, Scotty. Just went out in the back there early on. You go out much yourself?
I do, as well as much as I can. I don't have a bike now, Peter, but I used to, Tom, but I used to love my bike. You know, fantastic. Did a bit of cycling. And I saw the King was in Armagh.
Yeah. I have a lot of family around there.
Yeah.
That's my grandparents descended from.
Nice part of the world. I used to work with a lovely, lovely guy who's from Armagh.
Is that right? Funny enough, I'm going to one of the Armagh matches on Friday here.
Oh, tremendous. Is it a fair size? I mean, is there a bit of banter between Belfast and Armagh?
Well, let me tell you something. There's a place in Armagh called
Lurgan. I've heard of Lurgan, yes.
Whenever you mention Lurgan and Belfast, you get laughed at.
Oh, you say you're from Lurgan.
Whenever you mention the county of Armagh, you get laughed at because it is best well known for Buckfast.
Oh, right. Wonderful. Oh, you wouldn't get laughed at in Scotland. They'd all be at you. Listen, what I was going to say, so Belfast, Antrim.
Yeah.
So you've got Antrim and then Armagh. Does it butt up to Antrim?
Armagh doesn't connect. Well, I think the weak touch bit connects, but not very much.
Not too much. It's off to the south.
Yeah, that's right. It borders with Monaghan.
Yeah, that's right. Got you now. Excellent stuff. Yes, wonderful stuff, Tom. And what else is happening? Have you had good weather?
The weather's actually good today. Very, very good. Nice and clear, and it's meant to be clear for the weekend. You know, I'm hoping to head into the city tomorrow.
Excellent.
But, it'll be a good crack, you know.
It's always great crack over there. I had a lovely man phone me one time, and he was getting the plane. I think it was actually getting the plane to Dublin. And he's going, "Oh, Scotty, I've been trying to get through. How are you?" And he was giving me all the chat, and I said, "What time's your flight?" And he went, "It's just been called, Scotty. I'll miss it. I'll get the next one. I'd rather talk to you." And he was missing his flight so he could call Scotty McCLUE.
Who would want to speak to Scotty McCLUE?
Oh, my goodness. And Tom, how are the shows coming over to you? Because obviously when you're doing them, you don't quite realise what's going on, if you know what I mean.
Well, I was crystal clear, Scotty, crystal clear. Yeah,
good. Good. And you're getting video and audio.
Say again, say.
You're getting video and audio. You can hear it and see it. Good stuff. Oh, that's great, Tom. That's good of you. Because some of the people are a wee bit too daft for me to ask, you know. Always get the truth from you.
They should have a closer look at their own equipment rather than jumping to conclusions about others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think the equipment's too bad at all. I mean, we obviously had one or two you get the wee gremlins from time to time. you know.
What sort of equipment are you using there?
Very simple, Tom. Just a wee laptop.
Just a wee laptop. Oh, well, it gets the job done.
It gets the job done, and can you believe it? I told you I asked for, I hope we might make 2,000 likes by the end of the show.
And I always watch on YouTube. I think YouTube, you know, it's a bit easier to operate, you know what I mean?
Yes. Well, I've got 9,800 likes.
Very good, you're doing well.
That's all right, just for a week.
Would you be interested? Go ahead.
No, go you, Tom.
Would you ever be interested in going back to the FM radio?
Yes, I'd. But the problem is, FM, you see, like all things, the UK was far too slow off the mark. Digital radio's probably been around now for, or maybe the best part of 25, 30 years. And it was very good. I can remember it being demonstrated. And if you went into a tunnel or something like that, you could still get it. And then they started splitting the spaces, do you know what I mean? And thinning it. So you lost a lot of the quality. And you'll never beat a real good FM station with a powerful transmitter. You know?
Well,
you get yourself an FM frequency, 5,000 watts. You can talk to anyone.
I was round at my granddad's there one night about 25 years ago, and a friend walked in and he looked at the radio that he bought out of Tesco's, and he goes, "Fuck me, you got a DAB radio. I haven't seen one. That must have cost you a lot of money for that DAB radio." Only cost him about a tenner.
It cost him a tenner. No, it's fantastic, and all these things. But the quality. I mean, if you think most radio is music, and the quality of the music on a big FM station. I mean, I know we're always raving on about Scott FM being Scotland's finest radio hour, but these big stations like Scott FM, Century Radio in Newcastle, Century in Manchester, Century in Nottingham, across the Midlands, these were fabulous radio stations, and clear as a bell. I told you, when I was in Century, they were all listening right across Ireland.
Aye, like County Down.
Yeah. County Down. We listened to you every night, Scotty. I couldn't believe him. I couldn't believe him when he said, I'm in County. I said, now I recognise your accent. I said, it's not from the northwest of England. He went, no, I'm in County Down, Scotty. I said, we listen every night to you, clear as a bell.
Yeah. You can't beat it, FM. And same with medium wave. Medium wave is always good for listening to all the matches around here.
Well, medium wave. I'll tell you where I saw medium wave really shine. I went into a friend's house once, and he had a thing like, these big wooden drums of cable. Well, if you imagine a smaller one made of wood and crisscrossed, and able to stand with a winding of wire on it. I said, what on earth is that? He went, that, Scotty, is an AM aerial. Watch this. And he put on his radio in the big mainstream tuner, and the AM, some faraway station, and it was very shushy. And he said, now watch this. And he sat this wooden contraption with a winding beside it, and it went crystal clear.
It reminds me of the time I had an LTV there, and whenever I plugged the oil into the wall, I wouldn't get anything out of it. But there was a silver pipe running across the back of the wall. And I just set the oil on top of the silver pipe. And where it went, it actually went better than what it would if you put it into the wall.
Isn't that wonderful?
Just shows you how it works. It's amazing, isn't it? And it's far better than all that, DID. It's far better than DAB,
Well, as I say, we were up to the table with the DAB, and then they've got a bit greedy in terms of bandwidth and things like that.
Well, that's it. DAB is great when you can listen to radio stations from abroad.
Yes.
Like America and Australia.
I mean, I think Scottie McClue should be on something massive worldwide. I think all the governments should get together and say, let's put Scottie McClue on anywhere where they can understand English or Scottish English or Northern Irish.
Scotty, when are you going to come over here and sort out these monthlies and storming?
I'm going to sit in Stormont until somebody goes, what are you doing here? You turn up every day and you just sit and read a book. Say, well, I'm going to keep coming until they decide they're coming back.
That's what they do, right?
I mean, they need to be honest with you, Ireland needs to move forward and start, because you've got a lot of very, very clever people, but they're still, what can I say, they're still hanging on to old stuff that's of no interest to the next generation. And I think that's the problem. So instead of just going daggers at each other, you know, I think if they actually say, look, we disagree with this and here's why. And I've had some brilliant stuff over the years with telling somebody why I disagree with them, and them eventually going, I can see exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's just sort of shooting that way.
You know, and I think if we can drop a lot of that, you know, and say, look, here's the setup. We don't want ABC, and here's why. But let's get on and make this a very prosperous country. Now, somebody might think, okay, like Scotland, I mean, Scotland heavily, heavily subsidizes Westminster, you know, and people can't get their head around that. And I think it's also a question of saying, okay, let's bring the South in for a proper discussion. Get them phoning Scottie McClue and say, would you foot the bill for the North? You know, just out of interest, just as vis-a-vis nothing, just a chat, and then see where we are. Yeah, no, they don't, and they've got to be speaking. They should be speaking all the time. Tea break, you know, I mean, football managers talk to each other.
Absolutely, it's method.
And if a football manager could talk to his oppo, then for goodness sake, I'm sure, you know, fellow Irish people could talk to each other.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Boy, as I've said, boy, can they talk, whether it's the North or the South. Irish people, the one thing they do extremely well is talk.
That's true. So the Scots are saying that was in their conversation with them.
Oh, absolutely. And people used to say to me, excuse me, in Glasgow, late on a Friday night when we'd come out the pub in the days when I used to frequent the jolly old pubs, the Jolly Roger or whatever, we'd come out and somebody would say, is that a fight over there? I said, no, they're having a conversation.
See, as I'm talking to you at the minute, I'm just looking at you can see the Holland and Wolf from my house. You Holland and Wolf.
Oh, wow.
Just looking at it. Yeah.
Fantastic.
You ever been to Holland and Wolf?
No, I've still got a lot of travelling to do, particularly in the Emerald Isle.
Yeah. No, you should definitely come over sometime. It'd be good crack. You'd enjoy it.
I'm absolutely certain. If one thing's certain, it's Scottie McClue would enjoy Ireland, because I've toured right round the island, but you know, obviously you can't go everywhere on a tour, you know.
Like the all right, mate. Like you, mate.
What about you there, wee man? Now, for goodness' sake, what's happening?
What's happening, mate?
Tom, lovely to hear you, and I'll say to you, dinky-doo, and we'll catch up soon.
Dinky-doo, Scotty.
Dinky-doo, sir, bless you. Top man. What a fine fellow. That's Tom from Belfast. Right, how are we doing for time, guys? Oh, my goodness me. You're live on Scottie's phone in.
Hello, Scottie.
Hello.
It's me. It's Peter. I just had a fire, but you hung up. I'm fine now. I've got a plaster on my knee.
Yeah, plaster on your knee, Peter. Did you call me before?
Yeah, that was me shouting, Scottie. I fell off my bed, but I've got a plaster on my knee, so I'm brand new.
Oh, you're brand new, my boy. You take great care of yourself. Peter, we're absolutely out of time, but that doesn't mean I don't love you lots.
Scotty, will you be live on Saturday?
Oh, yes, 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Phone's on.
Phone's on, my boy, and you take care of yourself. Dinky-Doo.
DINKY-DOO, Scotty. Your plaster on my knee.
The plaster on your knee, Peter. That's Peter from Greenock. Right. Sadly, we are out of time. Gosh, we could probably stay on for another hour. Amazing, guys. What a wonderful, wonderful evening. Going to have to say ta-ra to our beautiful police do great work, Scotty. They certainly do. Is that an Argyle hat? Yes. All for the Brits, Scotty. Yes, you tell them. The USA is no longer a nation of laws. Detectives, you can't restrict people like that. No, Percy, they need to not abuse their rights, I say to you. That's what it's all about. Is that a Scottish accent? Got it in one, Lily? Guys, we're going to have to dash. Take great care of your dear selves and stay fabulous. Stick out your tongue and say ta-ta, ta-ta. Beautiful TikTokers. You lovely, lovely YouTubers. What have you been right tonight? The taxi drivers, the hackneys have got an exception, says Jerry. Amazing stuff. Lovely call from Tom from Belfast. Not right if you've got to go to Glasgow to do a job of work. People work there and they can't take their cars. Jerry says, Scotty, you have to go take care. And you too, Jerry La. Scotty, loved your shows. Didn't realize you were live on YouTube. Tell everybody, Max. Spread the word. Scotty Maharty, can you say that Rob is the go-at? I can. The greatest of all time, Robert. And Dinky-Doo, thank you, Tom. Dinky-Doo to you. Guys, what a beautiful evening tonight. Stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Ta-ta. And again. Ta-ta.